Okay, today we've got here another car that's come to us in an assembled form that the guy would like to go through and try and turn it into what he really wants it to be. Now it's got what you would think would be all right bits and pieces. It's got a full exhaust system, it's got a camshaft, it's got a custom tune, it's got a 2300 Magnuson supercharger, and as you just saw, it's making 500 horsepower at the tyres. So it's not terrible horsepower, but it's not what it should be for this sort of level. Really, I expect to see the 500 at the absolute least with just a supercharger system and a basic exhaust system. So this has obviously got some issues with how it's set up. Essentially it's running an airflow meter and the standard Magnuson little pipe across to the airflow meter, so there's a fair bit of restriction there. It's just got the minimum standard pulley set up and belt set up, so it's not spinning the blower really hard. The intercooler system's been done a little bit different, where there's a lot of extra plumbing in it. The reservoir's over to the side there. There's a few bits and pieces on that score that aren't ideal. The exhaust system is basically a set of tri-wire headers, so that's a little challenged as well, but that can still make decent, reasonable power. It's a 1-bar airflow meter tune, so there's quite a bit to gain out of going to a custom 2-bar tune, and certainly one of our custom 2-bar tunes. We'll also mess with the drive system on it and make that better as well. But essentially this is where it started from. 500 horsepower at the tyres. It's not a great cold start, it doesn't run nice in the mornings, not got a lot of torque on the road, it drives much more like it's making the 420, 450 horsepower, but as you can see it is making a real 500 horsepower. We'll see what we get it to with going through and making all this stuff work properly. Okay, well, we're about to do a power run on this car here, and we've just done this is the car that had, essentially was brought into us already. It did have the red rock covers on it and it was all quite a bit different. We've now gone through and sort of repositioned everything, sorted it back out as much as we can with what we had. We put on the VCM Suite OTR, converted to a full mathless tune. This car also wasn't running the correct intake manifold temperature sensing, so all that's been hooked up, 2-bar map sensor, and then we've gone through, we've changed the drive system around a little bit so it's got a little better drive, and we've also reduced the pulley, so we've taken it up in boost by about 2 pounds in boost. We've changed the camshaft, didn't really like the profiles of the camshaft was in there, so we put a different camshaft in there, one of our moderate camshafts, and because we're expecting to make in the low 600s, we've gone to a full fuel system, just as safe as we can to put in one of our full fuel systems. So there's 2 044 fuel pumps, fuel pressure regulator, 3-litre swell pipe, all the bits and pieces that go with that. Repositioned the reservoir, made the water flow properly, painted the front intercooler to make it black so it doesn't stand out. Done all the bits and pieces to turn it into right under the bonnet. We've also fitted a full one of our exhaust systems. So 1 7/8 long tube headers with a twin 3-inch stainless steel exhaust system. So we'll do a run and we'll show you what it goes like. Well, okay, that's a full power run. I've put up on the board here the differences in what we saw. There's a couple of runs from beforehand, which we actually had coming up into the, essentially it's full power that it actually made, which was just over 500 horsepower. So for 2300 with a camshaft, full twin 3-inch exhaust system, all things that did have, not really good enough. As you can see now, we've changed it all over, and you can see up the top there, obviously good power. The 620, 625 is what we're seeing in the runs. And as you can see also, through the mid-range here, we've got just a really nice increase absolutely everywhere. The power is increasing right from as low as the 2000 revs. It's just got more of a curve about it. So in the 4,500 revs, there's a lot more torque. It's pulling a lot better at that point. And as you can see, it's just getting, it's rather than being a straight line up to its horsepower, it's actually got a nice curve about the thing. We've taken the revs a little bit further with our camshaft. This camshaft is running to 6,900. The other camshaft is running to 6,700. So it's all working pretty well. This thing will drive really well on the road.